Dyer's Daily.
Just added to free-to-air television in the United Kingdom is something called the Smithsonian channel, which I believe is related to a museum in the States. But most of the stuff on this channel is American history, documentaries, and things like that. And a few months ago, or should I say a few years ago now, the PBS America channel arrived on free-to-air, and it brought with it American documentaries. Now, you might say, is there room for two channels that are very similar in the same market? I would say yes, because what I've seen on the Smithsonian channel is quite unique. They've shown many documentary series. One in particular has stood out for me. It's called America in Color, and basically it's looking at early 20th century life in America, but through the use of colorized footage. So footage that was originally in black and white and then colorized later on with modern technology. And some people are a bit funny about colorizing, and that actually it kind of takes away the historical element and all this sort of... There's so many arguments against colorizing. But do you know what? Regardless of that, the information that was included in it, regardless of the colorization, was pretty good. I mean, the first series started out with decades, and now they're going on to certain elements. So I watched one the other day which focused on the career of Firestone, Henry Ford, and Thomas Edison. And it used colorized footage, but regardless of that, there were lots of things within it, the actual information, that I didn't know. And there are quite a few colorized type documentaries on the Smithsonian channel, but I have to say, to be honest, the colorizing doesn't bother me. It's just nice to see more historical documentaries on television that are free to air, because I remember a long time ago now, on satellite and things, you'd have to get the History Channel, you'd have to pay for this stuff. So to get it free to air is important. And yes, I know, in the age of the internet, being able to just search for it and stuff, but do you know what? A lot of these documentaries have actually been verified and properly researched, which I think sometimes when you go onto some randomer's website can be a little bit dubious as to where that information has come from. Whereas, you know, with most documentaries, not mentioning names, most of those are thoroughly researched, and it's just so refreshing, really, to see documentaries on free-to-air television. I know that there is a streaming service for it as well, but I think sometimes that linear thing, being able to just tune into a channel and see what's on at that precise moment, is a nice thing, you know, because then you're not going, right, I'm going to sit down and learn this. You're just kind of taking it in, you know, whatever's on there at the time. So yeah, the Smithsonian channel, I recommend looking for it in your TV listings, on your Freeview box or whatever. Go and look for it, because it is one of those channels that I think should be on there. And I think we're seeing a trend now of more American TV programming making its way to British shores. For whatever reason, they seem to think it's worth putting the money into broadcasting on our TV networks. So, do you know what? I think it's a wonderful thing, and I can't wait personally to see the rest of America in Color, because there's all this famous footage that you've seen, but it's in color. Okay. But there's all the context that surrounds it. You're seeing famous speeches, famous moments in history, but you're also getting that all-important context, which sometimes is very much forgotten in this age of let's stick a headline on something and make it sound as bad as possible. That seems to be it. But yeah, that channel, I do recommend going to see it, because I think linear TV does have a future, and I hope as well with the PBS America that we start seeing lots of different programming from their archive, because a lot of these companies been going for absolute years, got hundreds of documentaries. Don't limit us, give us a lot of it. Come on, you know it makes sense. Yes, you do. You know it makes sense. Come on.
Dyers Daily.
Thank you very much for listening to Dyers Daily. Please be sure to subscribe to Dyers Daily on YouTube as well as on your favourite podcast provider. Oh, and while you're there, please rate and comment as well. You can also email us dyersdaily@southwavesaudio.co.uk if you have any messages for the show. Thank you very much for listening once again. My name is Jamie Dyer and I shall see you on the next podcast. Have a great day. This is a South Waves Audio production.